Mga kabasketball, latest update sa ating idol kay Sotto. Ito, panoorin natin.
Joel, right after Kai Sotto had his low ankle sprain and he was out of commission for 10 days, he missed out on a lot of workouts. He missed out on the Spurs, on the Suns, the Texas teams. But then he came back to do workouts with the Kings, with the Clippers, and the Pacers. Tell us what happened right after that sprain incident, and how did you feel things were going leading towards the draft?
Well, yeah, injuries happen. It's just part of the profession. Obviously, the sprained ankle, we had to cancel some interviews. Was a setback. Was set back in his training. Even when he had recovered, was able to work out, he had missed 7 to 10 days of training. So that's never a great thing. But he did great. He really showed a lot of heart, and he had good workouts. The basic feeling in the NBA was he needs to get stronger to play in the NBA. He helped himself in this process here. He showed a lot of offensive ability, basketball IQ, passing ability. People thought he was a better athlete than they gave him credit for. Seeing him in person, they were impressed by that. They said he needed to get bigger, stronger, which we knew that going in. I think a lot of people here don't really understand exactly what this whole draft and stash thing is. Kai had a couple opportunities. We discussed it as a team. He had a couple opportunities where teams said, listen, we'll draft you, but we don't want you to come right now. We want to hold your rights. We want to stash you on a team outside the United States. And that's generally a pretty bad idea. And what the audience, the basketball public needs to understand is, I'll give you two examples here. Let's look at the player who was drafted last in the draft. Besson, who played also in Australia. That team now owns his rights forever. He can't talk to other teams. If he wants to play in the NBA, he's got to talk only to that team. That team has all the leverage. If they don't have a spot for him, they can say, we don't have a spot for you. And there's nothing he can do about it. He's stuck with that team. By not being drafted in a year when Kai is going to be stronger and obviously more marketable NBA teams, and he got a lot of people intrigued this year. We can talk to all 30 teams. He's an unrestricted free agent. It's much better to be able to talk to 30 teams than to be locked into one team. I think anybody can see that. There's a general feeling on draft night, oh, you got to have your name called. Well, that's true if you're going to be in the top 10 for sure, okay? But to be locked into a team and have them have your rights, and they don't want you now, and they may not ever want you, is generally a pretty horrible idea. And Kai and his team made a very sophisticated, intelligent decision, and said, no, we don't want to do the draft and stash. And, teams will ask you before they do that because they need you to cooperate. And that's what we told them. So we had a couple opportunities for that. We had a couple opportunities that I knew of during the season in Australia where teams said, hey, we'll draft them. If you guys will do that. I told them, well, I'll get back to them. We didn't have to make any decisions in February or March. But that's kind of how it went. But Kai had a good draft process. He showed a lot of things to teams, and he's going to be heavily on the radar for these teams in this coming year.
Moving forward, Joel, do you think Kai will be attending some camps?
Well, Kai's expressed
moving towards the league season opening.
Yeah, I've already gotten several summer league invites for him. But Kai's decided to play with the Filipino national team. That's his commitment, and he's very dedicated toward Filipino things, Filipino pride, Filipino activities. So he's going to pass up summer league and play with the Filipino national team. And it'd be nice, let me just say this here, it'd be nice if the people of the Philippines respected him for that. I mean, I see so much garbage, not true. It'd be nice if someone said, hey, here's a guy who's stepping up for his country, so maybe we ought to applaud him for that.